Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share how to build an AI system that runs your entire front desk and reception teams. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to explain how you can create your own AI system that replaces your front desk and reception team. So in this video I'll be showing you the automised AI system that will run your entire front desk and reception team and adds $10,000 a month while increasing all of these. So increasing efficiency, increasing revenue, reducing payroll, increasing customer experiences, response time, and reduces missed calls and inquiries. I have 2 years of experience in hospitality myself, so I have identified the most important problems and the most common problems that I used to face day to day. The biggest problem and the most common problem in most businesses, not even just hotels, hostels, and like people even without front desk and reception teams do face the same problem, which is costing them a lot of money, is responding to customers. So three to five customers will go unanswered per day, depending on the day. Each customer on average was $40 a night. Where I worked, that was the cost per night. 3 customers lost, that's $120 a day. 120 per week, that's $840 a week. 840 throughout a span of a year, that's $43,680 a year just from one thing, not being able to respond to customers. So there was multiple reasons why we couldn't respond to the customers. The main reason was that we were dealing with customers at the desk constantly. And then so calls are coming when dealing with the people, so we didn't have time, or we had to prioritize the people in front of us rather than responding to a call, email, or a guest inquiry from the booking platforms or any platform that you use. There was also no notification on these inquiries, so we couldn't really see what was going on, what kind of questions they had, if it was important or not. And we also had other things to catch up on. The job as a front desk isn't just responding to customers, we do have to do a lot of admin work as well. And once all tasks are done, you have a lot of free time. A lot of us just went on our phones. So simply, small tasks can be forgotten. There's still a lot of manual processes going on, and a lot of times there was so many things to do at once, we would forget a lot. Problems that you see in hotels and hostels is that PMS systems and applications are all scattered. Sending updates and notifying for tasks is still very manual. Some processes still require you to talk between person to person. So reception team to the front desk, the reception team to the maintenance person. Paper systems are still being utilized, which is very slow. It's very manual. It will even cause more talking to people person to person. So the immediate financial losses. When a property fails to answer customer questions or phone calls, it creates a chain reaction across lost revenue, brand trust, and operational efficiency. This is what it actually looks like. So the effects of not being able to respond to a customer inquiry could be lost bookings. Guests don't wait, they call the next property. The real world example of this is if 5 potential guests call and 2 can't reach you, that's a 40% loss in conversion rates. It will cause low occupancy. Missed inquiries will equal empty beds or rooms. The common response to this is, I tried to call but no one answered, I booked another hotel. You're really wasting ad spend as well. So if your hostel or hotel spends money on ad spend, but you don't have people to respond to the calls that you get, it's just being wasted. Marketing drives calls that go unanswered. You pay for the ads, but the leads die on contact. When you have inconsistent responses, different staff give different answers, creating confusion for the clients. So having a high volume lead of customers will overwhelm your front desk. Staff multitask between check-ins, phones, and guests, which equals to calls missed. So how can an AI system respond to customers and solve all of these problems? Simply, we've created a full AI receptionist that does everything important. For example, managing housekeeping and things around the hotel. So an AI receptionist does 3 primary things. So does a normal receptionist. Customer calls, guest emails, and send messages through booking platforms. These are specific to the one problem, responding to customers. Customer calls, you usually start with an introduction message. going to general FAQs, such as, do you guys have luggage storage available? When's the check-in time? What happens if I check in late? Will someone be there? What does your facilities offer? The AI will keep answering the questions until it either ends or it goes to different requests here. I'll go through that in a second. A lot of questions that business owners ask is that when you ask customer calls, how will the AI know to answer correctly? For general questions and your entire system here, we use what's called a RAG database system. RAG basically means a retrieval augmented generation. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. An AI model like ChatGPT can look things up before answering. So instead of relying on what is remembered from training, it can search a database or document for the most relevant info and use that info to generate a better answer. A normal AI is like a really smart student who answers from memory. A RAG AI, a smart student who opens Google or your company folder first, reads what's relevant, and then answers using that info. So for example, when's the check-in time? You can't really rely on ChatGPT to know your exact check-in time. So you will have a knowledge base like this with including your company data. So the check-in time might be 1 o'clock. The user will send an inquiry, when's the check-in time? The augmented prompt will check the vector database and go through the knowledge base. And then, for example, it might find that it says, 1 p.m. is the check-in time. So what does the AI end up doing is saying that the check-in time is 1 p.m. It will use context reasoning. This is all just fluff. It will go to a large language model that will create a valid response to give to the customer. This also can be prompted if you want it to be a casual, like you're a hostel, you want to have a more friendly vibe. If you're a hotel, you might want a more professional tonality, so you can provide it that instruction. What a RAG doesn't do, it doesn't train the model, it feeds context temporarily, it doesn't update ChatGPT, it just augments it with the fresh info. It still depends on good data and organization. Garbage in equals garbage out. So you want a really good system and organized data to provide the vector database. So working as a receptionist myself, this was a big problem. Answering general FAQs, we'd be dealing with a lot of people at the front desk and getting a call of really simple questions that could be seen on like the website or the booking platform, which for us was like a big waste of time, and it was taking away from the customers that were right in front of us. So having this simple automation going on to answer general FAQs could be very profitable and very efficient for your team. Breaking down a little bit more of manual admin work and manual requests, such as cancellations. Cancellations usually occur through all mediums like customers calling, guest emails, and messages through booking platforms. And we usually have policies against the bookings and cancellations. For example, if it has a 48-hour cancellation policy, if it's just non-refundable at all, it's a date change instead of a refund. And then if people book on like a booking platform, OTA means on the air, you tell them to refund it there. So the AI will see a request. If it's a cancellation, it will check the booking number, full name, and the check-in date, and it will read around the policies that it has. So I'm gonna put it in a scenario. If our business has a 48-hour cancellation policy and I want to check in the 23rd, right? 23rd. But I want to try cancel, but it's the 22nd. AI will see that you have booked it on the 23rd, but you're sending the message the 22nd. It doesn't fit the 48-hour cancellation policy, so then it will adjust it as it's not refundable. So the AI concludes 2 sections. If it's refundable, it will trigger a refund process that will again check the valid information. The AI will update the management that refund request was given. So just in case, for safety purposes and training purposes, we can add it to create an updating system. So it creates a ticket whenever a ticket for a refund is requested. If it's a booking platform, simply just tell them to do it on there. It's very simple. And then if it's a direct booking, such as a phone calling that was made, the AI will automatically update the status. It will automatically update the bed inventory, adjust the housekeeping queue, and mark the room as a free bed. If it's not refundable, you'll skip the process and then send a policy message, either email or call. So a lot of PMS systems already have this like simple automation. Whenever a refund request is given, it will automatically update the status, the inventory, and the housekeeping queue. However, this whole process is still required to do by a human, which is pretty manual. So if you get an email, you have to respond to them, tell them the policy, and then if it's you have to understand if it's a refundable process or if it's not, and then you have to find the template and then send them over the email or tell them in person. It's just very manual, and this is something very simple that AI can be put in to automize and then do for you, which will probably fix around and save you around at least a good chunk of your day, at least 2 hours. One request that was very often was people asking to see if their booking was confirmed, which is really simple, but it's still very manual. It takes around 5 minutes, but 5 minutes across a span of a day, if we get 10, that's 50 minutes, right? That's a lot of time. So the AI can simply respond to their questions. If they ask that the confirmation, is it made? The AI will check based on the API. It will do that by checking their booking reference number or their full name, and then it will just give them a simple prompt, yes or no. For modifying bookings, such as adding, removing dates, changing the minor dates, and then arrival departure times, the AI will look for the booking reference number, the full name, the check-in date. If it's an on-the-air booking, such as booking.com, you are able to tell them and do it on the platform directly. If it's a PMS booking, such as on your internal systems, you will have to do that manually. If it's an removing or adding dates or a minor date change, the AI will check the modification policy. If all goes well and all pass for adding, removing dates, the AI will look at the availability. It will either extend or shorten based on the request they give. It will automatically update the total and then email them with the new updates, or AI says over the phone. If it's a minor date change, AI checks the free dates on PMS via API. They will modify the check-in, check-out date, and they will recalculate the date. It will email them and the new checkout date and the rate changes. Simple ones like arrival departure time, the AI will trigger when a request is sent from guest, and then it will automatically just update. So AI can just type in on the booking that they have said they will come in at 2 p.m. for the arrival time. All three systems, keep in mind, are combined customer calls, guest emails, and messages through platforms. This whole workflow is built to combine every core pillars, so requests, journal FAQs, and then the request here, to all combine and do each system and each workflow for the different mediums. So if it's a call, all of it will done by voice. If it's a guest email, the emails will go back and forth and telling the customers what to do and giving them the response validly. For room requests, hotels and hostels, they have a different process, but it's very similar. The processes vary, but this can all be designed to match your business. Hotels provide extra towels and amenities. If a guest asks for an extra towel, it will trigger a housekeeping request. The AI creates a ticket on the housekeeping management system with the status, priority, and can even assign a person to do so. It will check the item, so a towel in this case, what the room number is, and how many towels are needed. It would notify the housekeepers through the systems such as WhatsApp or PMS. WhatsApp is a very simple and easy integration. So if the housekeeper has a phone on them, they can simply get a message from the AI saying that this person in room 210 needs a towel, and they need 2 of it. So all the housekeeper has to do in that case, once the action is done, they just have to respond to the WhatsApp system, and then it will close the ticket and mark as resolved on the housekeeping management system. So hotels and hostels has this next problem, which is maintenance requests. The communication might vary depending on how they do it. Hotels, some do already have automise integrations in it. Hostels, it's still very manual. So a customer complains to the front desk that the AC might not be working, or the power outlets just aren't working or turning on. The AI sees this request to trigger a maintenance request. The AI creates a ticket on HMS with the status, priority, and can even assign again. It could block the room if it's a severe problem like a plumbing issue or a power issue. It will check the room number, the ticket type, emergency, if it's low priority, the date and time, and then the ticket job. It'll print out the description of it. Again, it will send through a WhatsApp. I find WhatsApp to be the most efficient and convenient for most people because it can simply be done through the phone. For the AI, it's also very easy to integrate using Meta and stuff like that. Once the job is done, they simply again have to send a message to the WhatsApp, done. Your AI will update the room status and then automatically mark status as done in the system. All of this is removing human error and forgetfulness. It will always make sure tasks are priority and make sure everyone is up to date. Basically, it will remove the communication between two people. But the thing is, one person might have an idea or like something that they need to do, but somebody or something will interrupt them, making them forget what they had in mind. So whatever they had to pass on to here is deleted. So what does that mean? That's a cascading effect for the coming days. If something is forgotten, they're just going to keep getting the same problem over and over again until it's fixed. But to fix that problem, it might take a longer time. So this is one more thing that's very optional for guest emails. It's an email intake assistant. It's an AI email filtering system that prioritizes customer inquiries and removes annoying marketing messages. So as a business, you do get a lot of annoying marketing messages and sales emails. So AI can basically see that and pass and classify what kind of email it is. If it's a booking query, it can check off the email type, what the email says, and also where it's coming from. So you can flag the correct emails such as booking.com, Agoda, and these big platforms to route to general inquiries. If it's miscellaneous stuff, if it's like people sending resumes or if they want to print something, and then spam is like, those annoying messages like marketing messages, sales, and then those scam things. High luxury hotel, 10 calls a day, and a human might only respond to 5. For a high luxury hotel, that could be upwards of $200 plus in average order value. That's $1,000 per day that humans are losing. AI could automate the response to have a 90% response rate minimum, so you only lose $200. $200 compared to $1,000. That's $365,000 lost compared to $75,000 put in retrospect. So it will be saving 80% of revenue by adding one simple workflow. So simply being able to respond to calls quicker will increase customer satisfaction and hold their engagement longer. If you don't trust these AI systems, simply start by creating something that picks up phone calls and asks for the main reason. So the front desk can prioritize, and the conclusion will be that the calls will be more valuable to the front desk. If this was helpful, please drop a comment down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I will be explaining more of these systems and creating more. This is the beginning of the YouTube channel. I'll be creating more and I'll be improving better. Please, I'd appreciate any feedback on these YouTube videos and information. If you have any questions that you want me to cover, please comment down below and I'll get to those.